I've said before, and I will say again, I will not be king of Rome. I am only Caesar. I need no crown to act on your behalf.
We bring you exclusive footage behind the scenes and a selection of clips from the epic television drama series Julius Caesar. We visit the set in Malta, measuring 10,000 square meters, where the magnificent city of ancient Rome has been recreated in all its glory and down to every fine detail. And we head to Bulgaria, where the vast and imposing settlements of the Gauls and the Romans were built to reenact the gruesome battle scenes in which Caesar defeated his greatest enemies. We get a glimpse of what life was really like in the Eternal City, through its people, its customs, its humanity, and its cruelty. And so, after 6 months of research, preparation, planning, and hard work, the backdrop of this great story is pieced together. We meet the men and women who created this visual masterpiece.
I knew a lot about Julius Caesar, and this was a dream project really to get them now my hands on and really turn into a TV series.
And
background action!
Background looking buoy!
And action!
It's a lot of fun to follow a man like him in a time like this. We talk about the early Caesar too. We start about when he is 20 years old. Sulla brought a civil war into Rome by entering with his troops, breaking the Roman law, and overtaking power as dictator.
Sulla has returned to Rome to establish order. He declares that the innocent have no reason to fear, but that those guilty of crimes against him shall be most severely punished.
Caesar was forced by Sulla to divorce his wife, and he refused. He was 20 years old, and he was one of the few men in Rome who refused to obey Sulla.
My wife is my teacher. She's braver than I am. She's cleverer than I am. She's more honest than I am. She's a more compelling argument than I am, or you are.
You're going to find out things about him that you didn't know, but you're going to see both sides of a character that you might only know one side of. He found a vision of something that he felt was worth sacrificing everything in his life to accomplish, and that was a vision of Rome.
Join me! For I am not only the nephew to our beloved Marius, who fought against the evils of Sulla until Sulla took his life from him, but I am also a son of the Julians, who was descended from the goddess Venus herself. I offer you my hand, a power supreme among mortal men, granted by the gods, superior to kings. Let us work together, comrades, in our quest for an empire that is boundless, united, and free!
Shooting over 3 months with an average of 800 extras per day, including the Bulgarian army, and a total of 2,000 costumes created by hand, Julius Caesar and his world is brought back to life.
We decided to put everything. The duty of the production design is to take by hand the audience and bring in that wonderful world is finished 2,000 years ago.
Nowadays, it's quite unique. It helps us to play, right? But what's really happening in the motion picture business now is they have this blue backing, and all of a sudden you stand there and there's no one around you, and there's an empty stage and a blue screen behind you, and you have to imagine there's 1,000 soldiers here, and there's a forest over there and a city over there. It's very difficult. But when you come into the environment, it's actually there for you. Of course it helps.
Your feet have never touched the ground, your ass has never touched a horse. How can you possibly represent the people whom most of you have never even met?
We represent the people by preserving their traditions. If they think you want to be king...
King? Did you say king? King? What would the name king buy me that I don't already have?
I think the stories all sort of intertwine and part of the canvas of this movie, the politics and the personal stories and the love stories and some of the characters from Gaul, which is a part of history I don't think people are really familiar with.
Open the gate.
I know your only real enemy is one man, and he is standing before you now. I'm giving myself to you, Caesar. Our women died for us. I give you my own life so that you may let my man live. If my men die, there will be nothing left of the Gauls, and no one left to worship our gods. Enslave my people if you need to, but let them live.
With Jeremy Sisto in the lead part, I found the right actor. We have some amazing makeup people who will also help us. And Jeremy, who is very much into Julius Caesar, can play this range really from the young Caesar to the old age Caesar.
He started fighting the insurgents at the borders and moved on to murder peaceful Roman allies, Gauls who pay taxes and tribute to Rome. I fear the gods, gentlemen.
The Senate was a kind of democracy. At least the Senate is represented by my character, Cato. He is the voice of the people. He says we represent the people by preserving their traditions. And there were very strict laws that the Romans obeyed. The idea that a Roman treaty was a holy thing, and that if a Roman broke a treaty, he wouldn't be punished at home, he'd be given to his enemies.
Enough, enough, enough! The only difference in the Senate then and ours is they actually would kill somebody in their Senate, you know. Well, maybe it's not that different. The violence and the intellectual scope at the same time. These men give patriotism, I think, a new name. They were into philosophy and the aesthetics, and yet very violent at the same time, not just in war.
In Bulgaria, we basically had to create Gaul. It was a fortress called Alesia, which was one of the strongest fortifications at that time, and Caesar put it under siege for about 3 months.
If we succeed, we could destroy the Roman presence in Gaul forever. If we fail, we'll be their slaves.
Now, regarding the battles, I got already some experience with Mist of Avalon, where we also recreated big battles.
To create scenes on such a large and impressive scale, help was needed from the effects specialists.
We want to depict battles that in reality included tens of thousands of soldiers fighting it out. To get 600 actors to look like, say, 10,000 requires duplication when there are battle scenes that involve fire or fiery catapult balls. You can use effects to enhance that. It's a very nice challenge.
There's no peace in the world like in my house.
He's Julius Caesar, and she's at home and he's at war all the time. So when they see each other every 5 or 6 years, it's like a very intense relationship they have.
It would seem that the world in which Caesar existed over 2,000 years ago is not so different from our own today.
There's a lot of excitement in Rome.
We still believe that ours is not a just cause. I'm with you. We'll have to act soon.
Old man, you said some ill would befall Caesar on the Ides of March. Nothing has happened yet, though the Ides have come.
They have come, but they've not yet gone.